As I mentioned on Monday, everything you learned in Spanish 1, you're expected to know and be able to use this year. With that being said, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to review some grammar points and verbs from Español Uno to make sure that we're all refreshed on them and able to use them and incorporate them in Español Dos. We're going to start today with the verb tener, which should be very familiar to all of us. It's recommended, if you aren't completely comfortable with this verb, to jot down any notes or to pull out your Spanish 1 notes if you have them, to make sure that we're all on the same page. As we all should remember from Spanish 1, the verb tener means to have. Tener is irregular in a couple of ways. Let's review those quickly. First of all, tener is irregular in the yo form, meaning we cannot just drop the ER off of tener and add an O like we would with a normal ER verb, but instead we added GO. Tener is also what we call a stem changing verb or a boot verb. This means that the E in ten changes to an IE in all forms except nosotros and vosotros. We'll talk much more about stem changing verbs, also known as boot verbs, later, but it's important to know that tener is a stem changing verb. Now let's conjugate tener together. The yo form of tener in the present tense is tengo. Yo tengo. I have. The tu form of tener is tienes. Tu tienes. Here we see an example of the stem change referred to earlier. Notice that the E in ten changes to IE for tienes. The third person singular or el, ella, usted form of tener is tiene. El tiene, ella tiene, or usted tiene, meaning she has, he has, or you formal have. The nosotros form of tener is tenemos. Nosotros tenemos. Notice there is no stem change in the nosotros form. The vosotros form of tener in the present tense is tenéis. Vosotros tenéis. Notice there's an accent over the second E and no stem change. This is you all, Spain informal, have. The ellos, ellas, ustedes form, or third person plural, is tienen. Ellos tienen, ellas tienen, or ustedes tienen. Now that we've reviewed tener, let's do some practice individually. I hope this refreshed your memory a little bit. Adios!